Hello, good morning. I didn't have a car today, so I walked here. It's a pretty good walk. I think I scare people with my shirts. Under this shirt it says, "No Jesus, no peace." And I'm this raggedy 38-year-old middle-aged failure walking down the road, I think it freaks people out. But anyway, Job chapter 20 is where we're at. What did we say last time? Why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment. Well, more importantly, for I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. That's a prophetic statement, the inevitability of all of us seeing God, and I think everybody is going to get raised, and they're going to face a final judgment. They're all going to stand before God. You might get to skip one of the stands, but then another stand you might, I think everybody's going to have to give an account at some point. Like I said at the start, I view myself in a negative light, and always feel like I could have done more for God and with my life, but I think with how it turned out, I think, it could have been a lot worse. But anyway, that's a prophetic statement there. Everybody is going to stand before God and see God before he... Now, some people believe that hell will be eternal. Some people believe it's temporary. I think there's enough verses to lean toward an eternal damnation. Though that sounds scary, and hellfire and all that. I think we should have a little more fear of God, rather than he's my friend or something, though he can be that too. But I think with some of the things we take for granted in this country especially, we should be fearing God right now. How messed up we are here in America, and how blessed we are. Really, judgment is right around the corner for us. It's we're kind of... I know there's a lot of poor people out there, but compared to the rest of the world, with everything going on, you realize the rest of the world is going to starve to death. They're literally going to starve to death because they're going to have no food. You think you're poor. The rest of the world's a lot more poor. We're hoping for a turnaround, but it's not looking good. It's looking like power is being consolidated for the final dictator of the world. It makes sense. And it looks like we're headed toward the end of time, which is, and the tribulation period, the 7-year period that the Bible talks about, and where we see the guy come out, and he's gonna make life a lot worse for you. You think you're suffering now with your $5 gasoline here in Toledo. I think it's going to get a lot worse. Maybe it'll get better. I hope it does, but it's not good. We're headed toward the end of time. Everything reveals how corrupt man is, how corrupt governments are. Man can't rule because man always ends up being selfish, and the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? I just don't, I want to help people, and I have that desire to do that, but at the same time, you wonder how, if absolute power were given to me, how would I use that power? Would I just be as corrupt as the next guy? Anyway, what does that have to do with what we're talking about here in Job? Job, the 42 chapters represent the 42 months of the tribulation period. Midway through it, I think it's going to be cut short, right? Anyway, we are still on chapter 20, and Zophar is responding back to Job's rebuttal. So we have a courtroom objection, Your Honor, and now we have sustained, or, one of those lawyer lines. Anyway, let's read chapter 20 of Job, verse 1. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, Therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causes me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? His own dung. Yeah. Where is he? 8. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. Okay.